I'm going to talk about prices today a little bit more and how I think that Mattel and Hasbro is overpricing their stuff. So I went to the Dollar Tree today. That's our dollar store here in Canada. And I paid $1.50 for everything you see here individually. $1.50, $1.50. This is pretty cool. And this is mostly Final Faction, but we have a Stranger Things toy. I got this for my son. He loves Stranger Things. But I got these Final Factions. I know that a lot of people have talked about the Final Faction stuff, and I haven't seen them in any of my dollar stores close to me, but I just found them today, and I really wanted to take a look at them and really see what the hype is about these things. They pretty much had everything there. And I had my arms full coming to the counter to pay for it. And it was $15. Everything was $1.50, including the Rumbler, which is like a vehicle. The other things that I bought today, especially from Hasbro, their prices have increased dramatically. I went to Toys R Us and had 3 toys. I got this Tatooine Vintage Collection Boba Fett with a removable rocket. If you want to check out the review on this toy, hit the link above here on the screen. That will take you to it. The reason for me bringing this up is that I paid $45 for this one figure. I also had in my hand a Vintage Collection 3 3/4 female figure from The Mandalorian. I think it was Wolf. And I also had a Tiger Force Outback 6-inch classified figure. So in my hands I had these 3 figures I wanted to get. They also had the Crocmaster. The Crocmaster was $68. And then this, the other figure, the other Star Wars figure, and the Outback would have cost me $100 for 3 figures plus tax Canadian. I just don't see the value in it. I don't see the value in it. All of this for $15. One figure for $45. And here's this one here. This was like $28 with tax in Canadian. And I was really happy to get this, the Anti-Eternia He-Man. I've been wanting this one for a while. I do have Sunman from this line. This was also $1.50. Netflix. It's like a squishy. Oh, you can feel it right here. Yeah, it's kind of a squishy. But my son will love that. He loves Stranger Things. And there's other toys that you can get too. You can get Barb, Mike, 11, and Will. So I would like to find those figures. Anyway, that's enough of my ramblings. Let's get into the Final Faction figures. So apparently they have a cartoon for this. Final Faction cartoon, details on back. We'll take a look at that in a second. But I just want to take a look at the cards. They do have pretty nice card art, even though there's not a huge card. But it has a lot of detail on here. We've got the Hive Class Synthoid. And this is from the Karn line. And then we have the Alpha Team 1. This is Master Sergeant Steadfast. Additional weapon packs. I do have a weapon pack, but he did come with a helmet and a gun. And here is a list of all the figures that you can collect in Series 1. And these are also Series 1. It's really cool here. It has a power rating. Like they have a file card where you can cut it out. And it talks about the figure and it gives a story behind it.
In the year 2050, a large asteroid collided with our moon. Among the debris, we discovered a hibernating alien mothership. Now, the Karn are awake, and they want to plunder our precious natural resources. So we recruited teams of special operatives to defend Earth from the alien threat. They are the final faction.
And they also have vehicles too. Small vehicles, and you can also get things like this. A weapons pack. This is the Heavy Arms weapons pack. Works with all Alpha Team characters. And it shows you the names of the weapons in the back and a detailed description of what they are. Let's get these out. They do have quite a few paint apps. And if you like to keep your toys in the package, well, with these you probably don't care about that, but the artwork on them are pretty good. Unfortunately, they put the bubble on top of the artwork, but that is saving cardboard for sure. And here is the weapons. We're going to be taking this out too. And I just wanted to show you what the boxed toys look like when you take them out. Comes in a big bag like that. And then you get your rumbler instructions here. And on the back, it also shows you the armor weapons pack that you can also get for the vehicles. Here is the vehicle assembled. Looks really nice. These toys are quite cheaply made. The idea of the toys are nice. I mean, the paint apps, they have a lot of them, but they're not that great. If you look at the red here in the middle of the vehicle, you can see that it's kind of sloppy. But, I mean, they did put a lot of thought, I think, into the molds. And you can put your figure right here in the middle, and that's how it works. So I'm not saying that these are compared to, you know, Star Wars and G.I. Joe. I mean, those classified figures and those vintage collection figures, those figures, they're made really well. There's a lot of articulation, nice paint apps for the most part. Even the Super 7 toys, you know, those are made really well. Really nice paint apps. I'm just saying that for what you're getting here for $1.50, I think that Hasbro and Mattel and Super 7 could do better in their pricing. If you look at Brute here, you got 5 points of articulation, just like Star Wars, vintage figures. He did come with a weapon. And I really like the design of these weapons. He's got a matte gray for this guy. You look at him, he's got the pearlescent on his chest, the cool horns, his eyes are painted. Lots of interesting detail on them too. We've got this thing here. This is interesting. He's got a green missile and it launches out of his eye. And you can launch it like that. And we've got this guy here. Lots of silver on the top. We've got some purple and red. And then different colored limbs. His limbs do turn. This guy's only got 4 points of articulation because his head is kind of like the same as his body. Let's take a look at Shift. I think that she would be really cool if you wanted to use her head for doing G.I. Joe customs and stuff like that. And an interesting thing is that they're screwed in the back, so you should be able to unscrew them and take the head right out. So that's really neat. For $1.50, why not? So she does have a hole in the back. Let's take her weapons out and then put the holder in her back and see how that works. There, that's easier like that. There, that works pretty good. The weapons are quite flimsy, like especially these swords. But I do like the looks of her. I like the shadowing of the red on her chest and the red on her boots. And I think she has a really cool color scheme. Let's take a look at Steadfast. I also like the fact that he came with a helmet. The visor has some silver paint details. It does fit quite well, and it looks really good on him. And he's got an interesting weapon here. It's pretty big. It goes like this. Doesn't fit in his hand very well. Let's put it in this hand. He does have a trigger finger on the right hand, so it fits on that hand the best. Makes him a little top heavy. But we also have these weapons too. We've got this one, a Gatling gun style weapon. This weapon, a little bit of paint on these, a little bit of paint wash. These would look really cool. Hey, and this comes out actually. So $15 as opposed to $25 up to $75 for one figure. These are very inexpensive for what you're getting, and they're really fun. I'm sure that my kids are going to love playing with these. I hope that they can continue making figures like these. I think this idea is really good. I'd love to see the vehicles maybe be a little bit bigger and maybe even better quality, but I think that this company, if they keep doing what they're doing, they could do really well. And as for Hasbro and Mattel, I think that their prices are way too much, and you know, I'm still going to be buying them just because certain things I really want, but they're just overpricing us like crazy. And I don't know how you guys out there that are buying all the modern figures right now, paying $60, $70, $80, $120, $300, but for me, it's just not worth it. Thanks for watching this episode of Toysbackzen. Please like and subscribe if you haven't already. Hit the notification bell, and please leave a comment down below and let me know if you've had an opportunity to pick these toys up, and if you think that Hasbro and Mattel are overpricing their product. Bye.